Episode 19. You know what that means, Alex, in a 20-episode season? The penultimate
episode. Oh, sorry.
episode. Oh, yeah. No, you're good. Go ahead.
Yep, it is. You excited?
I am actually excited because this sounds bad, but we're getting close to the end of the season. We can get into Season 2 and not have to use the Season 1 excuse anymore. So if Season 2 is better, that's cool. If it's not better, we don't have to hear, well, it's Season 1. So either way, I feel like it's a win.
Yeah, I'm over the growing pains. We're heavily established in the show. The honeymoon phase is over, and now we're in the suck. We're in the trenches. Let's enjoy it, but also get through it.
And also in TNG Season 1, around this time of that season, we started getting some juicy good ones. You know, we had Coming of Age, Heart of Glory, eventually later on Conspiracy. Yep. So I'm hoping maybe we can get one or two of these last two episodes, some good ones here, leading into Season 2. But if they're not, then at the end of the day, you know, we're watching it anyway. So so here we go.
A Coberian transport's about to beam a patient to you. He's suffering from something called Kalanora.
I'm not aware of it.
Seems like she's aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
The only cases of Kalanora I know of were the result of a mining accident at a Bajoran forced labor camp that I helped liberate.
Take as much time as you want.
I keep thinking of him from the last episode. No!
I was thinking the same thing. Like, it's weird after seeing such tension.
Ah, Major. I'll be right with you.
Oh! It's a Cardassian.
Oh, shit.
Need security here on the double.
I'm on my way, Major.
Nice. I also love the idea that Dr. Bashir wasn't concerned at all, but then as soon as Kira sees him, security!
I mean, yeah, we've had the clothes maker Cardassian.
Garrick?
Yeah, Garrick. So,
yeah. I mean, obviously I understand her reaction.
Oh, yeah,
It's because
sure.
she's racist. No, but she's obviously her experience with Cardassians.
at least she's not a fascist.
Yeah, fascist Kira! She had to call him the fascist Odo!
What's the matter, Major?
Your patient is a criminal.
Oh, well. Come out of here!
Oh, do you think she personally knows him?
Oh, that could be it.
Good afternoon. I assume this is the problem.
Mark Alamo. We see that name.
He's a Cardassian.
Oh.
Haven't done anything. Then why did you run?
Trying to get away from this Bajoran fanatic.
He's a war criminal.
So she definitely knows him.
Maritza's traveling on a Federation ship. He comes here for a medical emergency, and we throw him into a security cell. I, for one, hope he's listed.
The only way he could have contracted that condition was to have served at the Galatep labor camp at the time of the mining accident. If you'd been there 12 years ago when we liberated that camp, if you'd seen the things I saw, mothers raped in front of their children, old people buried alive because they couldn't work anymore.
Buried alive.
I think I'll have a talk with our guest.
I'll come with you.
No, Major. It'd be better if I spoke to him alone.
Great acting, the way her voice cracked.
Yeah.
I think James Conway is the guy from TNG Season 1 who came back and directed Frame of Mind.
I think so, yeah.
Tell me, how did you contract Kalanora syndrome?
I don't have Kalanora, I have Potrick syndrome.
Then you didn't serve at the Galatep labor camp.
Labor. No, I was a military file clerk. Now, Commander, if you have no more questions, I'd like to be on my way.
Am I still drunk? Odo! You're not keeping me in here with one of those!
I put myself in your hands, Commander.
I mean, assuming this guy isn't lying, you kind of have to let him go at this point, right? I mean, he did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Maritza does have Kalanora.
There's no doubt about it. He has all the symptoms.
Oh, okay. Well,
Then he was at the Galatep labor camp.
Definitely. I've cross-checked all Bajoran and Federation medical records.
wow.
Commander, if this Maritza was at Galatep, we want him, and we will have him.
All right. Calm down. This is Cisco. You know, you can't just...
We'll chat again soon. Good day, Commander.
You know what I mean? It's like you can't just be like, oh, we'll have him. It's like, no.
I mean, he's just running the station. I mean,
It is Bajor. Yeah.
it is Bajor. I mean, what this guy could have done on Bajor, it's like...
Yeah, I understand his passion.
Yeah.
I'd like Odo to handle this investigation.
Minister Kaval put me in charge.
Minister Kaval doesn't run this station.
I'm not objective, but I'm your first officer. I give you my word. I will conduct myself accordingly. I owe it to them, the ones who moved too slowly and never moved again.
Cisco to Odo.
Go ahead.
Major Kira will be in charge of the Maritza investigation.
Heavy stuff.
Doesn't just seeing her like really great acting just make you question battle lines so much. It's like, what happened?
And directed well.
Yeah.
My compliments on your replicators, Major. But the semo stew could use a little yamak sauce.
Yamak sauce.
This is my job.
Persecuting Cardassians goes far beyond your job, Major. It's your passion.
Our doctor confirmed you do have Kalinar, which means you were at Galatep. If your lies are going to be this transparent, it's going to be a very short interrogation.
Well, in that case, I'll try to make my lies more opaque. I had the good fortune to be posted to the records office at Galatep, and I turned out to be an exemplary file clerk. Guldarhiel himself called my computer filing system a masterpiece of meticulous exactitude. I await execution.
It's like, but now I can't believe anything he said. It's just admitting to lying about the sickness.
I helped liberate that camp. I saw the bodies. I know how they died.
You saw what we wanted you to see. To keep you, Bajorans, thinking of yourselves as victims, to keep you afraid and helpless.
Turns out we weren't so helpless. We did get rid of you.
Leaving was a political decision, Major.
Oh, totally shits all over her accomplishments.
Jesus.
You're the one who's lying now, Major. It's not the truth you're interested in. All you want is vengeance.
Oh, man.
This guy's brutal.
This guy's a true Cardassian.
The Federation guarantees the safe and unrestricted passage
Is
of
it
all
him?
travelers
So.
visiting your station.
Gul Dukat?
If any of these Bajoran hate-mongers get their hands on him, I'll hold you personally responsible.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
That is quite the awkward position.
Maritza says, I don't care about the truth, that all I want is vengeance.
Are you worried that maybe he's right?
I don't want him to be just a file clerk. I want him to be, I don't know, something worse.
Mm-hmm.
You already know if you punish him without reason, it won't mean anything. Vengeance isn't enough.
An actual moment where Dax is wise, which would make sense for her character.
That's right. So we got mini fridge down there. Look at all those bottles of Fireball.
Maritza has been teaching filing there just as he claims.
Wow.
It's the only picture they could find of Galatep that had Maritza in it. Cardassians destroyed almost all records of the occupation.
I knew it. One of the one pictures is him whipping a Bajoran.
According to the caption, he's the one in the background on the far right.
Isolate and magnify.
Zoom and enhance.
You're going to have to do better than that.
Give me a minute. I'm running an image enhancement sequence.
I was just a young man then,
It's
huh?
not him.
Oh.
Maybe they meant camera right.
If that's Maritza, then who are we holding here? The one in profile on the left.
That's him. That's Maritza.
According to this, it's Guldarhiel.
The leader?
Oh, shit.
I yearned to tell you, but I knew how much more satisfaction you would have if you found out for yourself, and that was my only deception.
You're insane.
Oh, no, Major. You can't dismiss me that easily. I did what had to be done.
You admit your atrocities.
I admit everything. Why not? I was the best at what I did. Kill me, torture me, it doesn't matter. You've already lost, Major. You can never undo what I've accomplished. The dead will still be dead.
Jesus
Sure,
Christ.
fucking menace. But now he's so good at lying that I don't believe he's actually the leader.
No, it turns out he was Marquis, or whatever his fucking...
In Maritza, yeah.
Maritza.
He just goes with whatever information they find.
How did he know you were with the Shakar?
I don't know. He was an important military leader.
That doesn't explain it.
I told you, man, it's not even him.
Who are they?
Survivors of Galatep. They arrived early this morning.
Imagine living through that hellhole. The sorrow. Do you think they like to gamble?
Come on. That's a bit far, Quark. A bit far.
Go ahead and cancel me, I don't care. That's Quark.
You can't cancel me, but I don't care.
I miss our games of Kalivi and Montar.
As I recall, Gul Dukat, we played one game, and you cheated. Give me access to your files, and perhaps I can find some proof to support your claim that Gul Darheel is dead.
I suppose I could grant you limited access to the files.
I think that's wise.
Goated Odo.
Yeah, there you go, Odo W.
How many Cardassians did you kill? I mean, personally.
I didn't keep count.
I'm sure your total wasn't limited to military personnel. After all, the most effective terrorist weapon was random violence. How many Cardassian civilians did you kill?
Look! I regret a lot of what I had to do.
How convenient of you.
We had no choice. Nothing justifies genocide.
What you call genocide, I call a day's work.
Oh my god. But also wild to think. I never thought about, Kira being in this rebellion force of basically terrorists killing civilians as well.
But do you condemn Shakar?
I condemn Shakar.
The man in that cell wanted to be caught.
Yeah, how many layers of this story are there? I think it is
Maritza?
According to this, Gul Darheel died in his sleep 6 years ago.
Commander, I guarantee you that is a forged document.
What about the photo?
I think AI did it. Maybe AI did it wrong.
Gul Darheel never contracted that condition.
More evidence from our trustworthy Gul Dukat.
Also, why did it show Chief working on the computer? That has to do with something.
Yeah. And the random character helping him.
Yeah.
He started taking massive doses of dermateralian plasticine to maintain skin resilience after cosmetic alteration.
So it was Maritza.
He changed his face to look like Gul Darheel.
Certainly appears that way.
Why?
Just to be an asshole?
And then just to get captured here?
Because he wanted the...
As a joke? This big prank?
Because he wanted the mess with Kira?
How are you feeling?
I was starting to get a little bored, but seeing you again brightens my day.
Why were you taking a dermal regenerative?
I don't know what you're talking about.
When you first got to Cora 2.
All right, that's enough. Your presence no longer amuses me. Get out.
Why are you pretending to be Gul Darheel?
Why don't you ask me something intelligent? It's Maritza who's dead, cowering under his bunk and weeping like a woman. Because he couldn't bear to hear the screaming for mercy of the Bajorans.
So this guy just lost his fucking mind, I guess.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm letting you go. Enough good people have already died. I won't help kill another.
Damn, calling him a good person.
If Cardassia is going to change, it's going to need people like you.
Oh, no way. Oh!
He wasn't our heel. Why?
He's a Cardassian. That's reason enough.
No.
It's not.
Come on, credits, credits, credits. Yes! Oh, fuck yes!
Oh! Ooh. Was that the first credit on the screen?
That
too?
was.
I
That
think it
was.
Well, I didn't think we'd get that in this show because they always, cut away.
Yeah.
We just watched Duet, the Deep Space Nine episode, and now we're going to talk about it. But first, our tier grades. Want to go first?
Yeah. And on the scene. Fantastic.
Well, before I give mine, I have a small admission to make, Alex. Thanks to our lovely YouTube comments, I did not go into this episode blind. I didn't know anything about the plot, but I knew that this was a highly hyped episode, and I knew the title. So with that being said, I'm aware that it's a fan favorite episode. But you know what? I don't care, because if the episode sucks, I will tell you the episode sucks, regardless of what you think about it. However, this episode was an S.
Oh, you know what? I was on the fence about giving it, especially with being season 1. Like, let me wait. But I should have given it an S. I mean, basically is.
You just underline the S in scene.
Oh, yeah. Where's the marker? Give it. There you go. End on the capital S. Scene. Yeah, this episode was fantastic.
It was great.
I mean, you end on the scene I asked for it. Anytime that happens in a highly emotional moment where a character has a full 180 that Kira had in this episode, it was just great to zoom out. All the people surrounding him reminded me of the end of Sins of the Father. And it just, so many goosebump, Dwayne Johnson rock goosebumps type moments in this one. And just a fantastic performance by, what was his name?
Harris Yulin, who, rest in peace, just passed
died
away
on June 10th this year. Unbelievable. Yeah, just an absolutely multi-layered performance of pain and craziness and anger, and just, the entire time I could never buy who he was. There was this sense of lying no matter which part he was doing. It was really well layered. Mark Alamo's back. And a mystery that really got to me. And really well layered. Great, fantastical, emotional beats, good camera work. Why did it show Chief working with that woman?
Her name was, I was looking at the IMDb credits, her name was Neela. She's just in this episode. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, maybe something was cut out. But James L. Conway is back after his 3 episodes of TNG. After his long break, came back, did Frakes of Mind.
Nice.
Which was great. But no, this episode was amazing, and I'm sure we'll get down to the nitty gritty. But overall, this has a 9.0 on IMDb, I saw.
Yeah, nice. But of course, like I said, I wasn't surprised just because I've had already seen. I mean, from even before we even started Deep Space Nine, can't wait for you guys' reaction to Duet, which, I get it, guys, you're excited, I understand, but I mean, partly my fault because I still read YouTube comments. I probably shouldn't, but again, wasn't spoiled by anything on the plot. Had no idea what it was or what was happening, but
at least that's the name and not. Oh, I can't wait for you guys to react to Spock Returns.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, great.
Exactly, yeah. But, yeah, the episode is fantastic. Up there for me, obviously, as one of the best of the season. And I want to give it up to Nana Visitor. I still don't know how to pronounce it exactly. But best Kira performance here, along with the Progress episode a few episodes ago with her. And it just, first of all, let me give myself the validation of when we were complaining about the acting in Battle Lines. It's like, I feel validated because her acting is so good here that it just makes Battle Lines even more obviously bad. As to where, like, oh, clearly she's not just a bad actress, so what the hell was that? But let's put that aside.
You just need a competent director to come in and say, hey, I want you to have all the anger in the world in your mind, but don't think about it on your face.
Yeah. Even when she started to crack in the beginning, when she's telling Cisco about the atrocities at the labor camp and some horrible stuff that she lays out, and she's not screaming or anything, her voice just cracks there at the end and she has to turn away. I mean, brilliant stuff. I don't think she legitimately shed a tear at any point in this episode. She didn't need to. But it was always there in her eyes, ready to be choked back. Excellent acting. And I think, I don't want to be too dramatic, but I think about something like the bonding, in TNG and being like, like kind of like realizing, how good the show can be. I feel like the ending of this episode and that moment where the guy's like, he's a Cardassian, that's enough. And she's like, no, it's not. It's like, that's the ending. It's like, I feel like that could be the moment that the show like clicks into place. You know what I mean?
I think that is the moment. I mean, there were precursors to the show really starting with Captive Pursuit and the other Kira episode.
Yeah, Progress.
Where okay, we're getting the building blocks here. But I think that moment definitely is the one where it's, okay, we're here. And it's the first episode that ends on the scene. So let that be. Were you worried at the beginning of this episode? Because as soon as I found out it was a Kira Cardassian, oh, of course we're talking about this again type episode, I'm like, is there anything else we can do with this character besides Bajoran Cardassian conflict in the past? I was worried it was going to be a little bit stale or dry and just another, oh, here we go. But thank God it fucking wasn't.
Yeah, I think, I will say just off the bat, I think you've definitely had a little bit more apprehension over that than me. As far as, I'm okay with it as long as it's not repetitive. We really haven't, up until this point, dove into it that much in detail. Like, we saw the episode very early on with her brother, or not brother, but
the guy.
Brother in arms.
Yeah, the guy from Shakar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you condemn Shakar?
Do you condemn Shakar? We saw that a little bit, but we haven't really dug into the details of, like, what was this like for her? What happened at these labor camps? This even recontextualizes something like, Ensign Rowe as well, and, like, what she might have witnessed. And I'm okay with it. Now, obviously, if the episode had been bland or whatever, that would have been disappointing. But even moving forward, I think they still can dive into it in different ways. It's just all about, the execution.
The magic word, yes.
Yeah, but no, I was not worried, I guess would be my answer.
I was worried at first, but I let the episode play out, and I'm glad I did, as if I wouldn't let it play out. I'm leaving, Josh.
Well, according to them, 2 minutes in.
Yeah, I appreciate the episode's non-restraint when it comes to the horrible details, saying the R word, not recontextualizing, but really showing on display how horrible these things were. 'Cause I think we knew how bad they were, but just saying things like that and adding even more levels of detail about horror. I mean, you need constant reminders to shit like this, because sometimes it's just out of my head. Oh yeah, it was under Cardassian. Bajor was under Cardassian control. No, this was fucking terrible. This is really bad. And talking about, these terrorist groups, like, it can't help. But even the show in, 93?
Yes, June of 93. So, yeah, coming right up on, what would that be, 32 years ago? Yeah.
Yeah, and with all the stuff happening in the world, it's crazy how you can turn on any news network and see the same stuff happening on there. And just terrible.
We talked a little bit about Harris Yule, and I want to just bring it up again to first praise him. I thought it was excellent. Best guest performance we've seen probably in the show, up there with the old man from Progress and Tosk from Captain Pursuit. What did you think? I was curious because he definitely doesn't necessarily have a subtle performance the whole time. What did you think of his more over-the-top scenes?
It works for the reveal because he's so guilty and he's so ashamed of what happened and the horrible atrocities that happened on Bajor, and I think he's desperate at this point. Where it's like, oh look, I'm terrible. please, fucking condemn me, put me to death. Yeah, that's right, I did this, I did all of this, blah 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 blah. So and plus I even if he wasn't acting as this Gull, if he actually was this Gull, I can believe that he would be that ridiculous to run this horrible.
The actual guy.
Yeah. Both performances on both ends work for me, and I totally dig it. I was going to say something, but I can't remember. Either way, yeah, both sides of the coin work. If he is this guy, if he isn't this guy, I don't think there was no point during this guy's performance where I'm like, I'm gonna tone it down. I dug both sides.
Once he drops the facade and admits to lying about his sickness and not being at the labor camp, I couldn't believe anything else he said throughout the whole episode until the last reveal at the end. So the whole time, it was like, oh no, I can't believe this. Like, and the thing is, he was convincing every single time. Like, had lost his mind so much that when he says he's Maritza, the file clerk, I believe him, or I didn't believe him, but he's convincing. Then he's convincing when he admits that he's Gul Dahir or Dahil. Darheel. And then he's convincing, like, every single time. I'm like, oh, I believe this guy, but I also can't believe anything he says. Great performance in that way. And then also Kira's, I'm glad she didn't go into this and like completely lose herself in the personal matter. Like, she has outbursts, she yells at him about things, but it's not like she comes in and disregards what needs to be done or the information she's trying to find and just completely breaks down. She kind of holds her own with him, and it's a very nice back and forth. Reminded me, it's different, but it was similar to Picard's conversations in Chain of Command with that Cardassian. Different scenario, but in terms of just both characters kind of holding their ground.
Yeah, I mean, she holds her ground in the conversation with him, but I love the scene when she goes to Odo's office and she's drinking and just, I fucking hate this guy. And she's about to break, and she does break a little bit in that scene, doesn't she? Yeah, I mean, that's what...
So and another great scene with her and Odo, and also great Odo scenes for not even being an Odo episode.
Yeah. Oh, God, Odo and Gul Ducet, Odo just, fucking Chad standing up to him. I mean, this Gul Ducet is pretty high up there in Cardassian, and Gul Ducet is, Odo is just, security guy here, and Odo doesn't give a fuck.
It's neat, though, they have that little banter at the beginning where they've already had kind of a relationship before because of the Cardassian ruling of the station. And it's interesting to think that, Odo, as well as, Quark, I would guess, and some other people, like, they were here during the Cardassian rule. So it's like, they know them, and it's like, that's just a weird dynamic, because now it's like, oh, well, now we follow the Federation, it's very interesting.
But barely know them. Oh, it makes me remember all those games we played. From what I recall, we played one game and we cheated.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that stuff.
And how about Mark Alamo here, just as a supporting role? Love to see kind of just like the returning character, because we don't get a lot of returning guest characters, so it's cool to see him pop up.
To not even be on the station, just on the view screen, and to get in all that makeup, yeah. Mark Alamo gets a pat on the back from me. What else?
I liked how Sisko had this kind of conflict the whole time, but it doesn't end up being up to him. It does in a way, because he doesn't release him, like he lets Kira decide, so I guess he kind of makes that decision, but kind of the whole time where, even when Gul Dukat's like, if he ends up getting killed or something, it's going to be on your hands. Guess what ends up happening? He gets killed at the end. So it's like, now that's going to be on Sisko,
Oh, shit. You think you're going to play into that the next episode? Or just...
Hopefully. Or at some point, or at least just bring it up. Like, hey, remember what happened last time a Cardassian was there? I mean, that's, in Sisko, I don't want to say he let it happen, but, he accepted the responsibility by not letting him go earlier. Brilliant ending. Just brilliant ending all around.
Yeah, I love the whole... She doesn't let go of her hate, but she realizes, because she was all just, he was at this place, so that means he's part of it. He's terrible, and she's really smart because she realizes there's good and there's bad people on both sides, and neither side, for the most part, especially in the world today, is willing to admit that. So credit to her for admitting, like, hey, this guy wasn't evil. He worked for the wrong side, but he wasn't evil.
What do you think about it, though, from the kind of the mindset, though, of like, I almost got a vibe of like, oh, he was just following orders, but he himself wasn't actually, if he was just a filing clerk. So he's not, to take to a real world example, he's not the Nazi soldier killing people, but if there was a Nazi who was a filing, like where does the line draw? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was there, he didn't do anything, and he even said he was too cowardly to do anything about it.
But then she says and lets him off the hook, like, you were just one man, you couldn't have stopped it. But it's like, okay, so then can we apply that who can we apply that logic to? It was interesting to me that they went that way with it.
Yeah, it is an interesting way to take it, but
I think Kira makes the right decision personally. But overall, as a theming, the messaging of the show, it is interesting.
That's what I love about the show. There's no, similar to the other Kira episode, there's not really a good, clear answer here.
Yeah.
And that's when it's best, when there isn't a pure yes, that's right, or no, that's wrong. It's just one of those life is gray. This is a gray area of shit, and we're just gonna do the best we can.
Yeah, because I mean, you could look at it from the straight up, Magneto approach. I've been the victim of men following orders, never again. But then you see this guy, who was just a filing clerk and cried himself to sleep hearing the screams and was so cowardly. He went through surgery, and I want to jump into that too. But did all this, and like, how do you look at him and say you deserve to die? It's a lot.
Yeah, it's tough, and I gotta say, it's probably wasn't the best plan. It's good for this episode. For an episode of TV, 44 minutes of a mystery, it's a good episode. But when you really start thinking about it, why would he choose this person that half of Cardassia knows is dead and buried?
Yeah.
I mean, I think this guy probably lost his... I mean, he changed his entire face to look like this guy. He obviously lost his mind and his guilt and said, fuck it. This is the one Cardassian higher up I know. I'm going out. If I'm going to take this empire down, if I'm going to, have Cardassia face justice, I'm just going to go out in a blaze of glory. I mean, I think either way he was going out in his mind. He's kamikazing this thing. Either way I'm going out, but I'm going to try.
Because my big question after the first watch was, it's clearly set up to act as if he did this on purpose and got captured here on purpose. But then if all of that's the case, why when he's first captured does he lie and say he's Maritza? Well, he's actually telling the truth. And say, when she's like, oh, you were there, and he's like, you'll be disappointed. I was just a filing clerk. I'm Maritza. That was the truth. But then why did he change his face only to tell the truth? And then when they find the picture and find out who that is, they come back to him. How would he know that they would get that one picture and see the caption that he's the other guy? It just like, again, like you said, for the mystery of the episode, it really works, but this is absolutely an episode I'll rewatch. So like when I go back to rewatch it, maybe there's something I missed, or maybe he knew they'd see the picture somehow. Like I'm trying to think of why... Because if he had just come in and said, I'm this guy, the episode would have gone differently. So he had to tell the truth at first, then be caught, so then he could lie.
Maybe they wouldn't believe him if he came on and said, oh, look at me, I am blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Because it makes more sense that he was hiding out, because he wanted them to believe he was hiding out and wasn't murdered, maybe?
Yeah.
Because if he just come, oh, I'm this, and they look into, oh, Gold Darhiel died at the... 6 years ago from blah blah blah.
Yeah, so that's not you.
Yeah. So it's just a multi-layered manipulation here.
Because he does say when she comes to him after they find the picture, and she's like, "Why didn't you tell me?" He's like, "Oh, I knew you'd have fun finding out yourself." So maybe he just assumed and knew they would find out.
Yeah. It's
that he changed, like, not that he changed his face, but they knew they would find out that he looked like Gold Darhiel.
It's the Princess Bride. It's the Nagus and guy from Saw. Just over and over again. No, you knew I would do this, so you did this. So you knew it's just
Whereas it's like I won't think about it. I'll give the episode the pass, but because it's so good. Also, another episode kind of similar to like A Measure of a Man in the sense that even if you didn't watch Star Trek, I could see showing this episode to people as like, think about the real world examples of this, but now set in this sci-fi setting, and look at and it's not too on the nose. It's not, you could say the ending's a bit on the nose of he's a Cardassian, that's good enough. No, it's not. Yeah, the dialogue, you could say it's on the nose, but it's earned. You're allowed to be on the nose when you've earned it through the whole episode.
Oh yeah, I definitely earned it through this episode. And I think this episode, because I think A Measure of a Man standalone, that episode does a good job of explaining what Data is and the idea of what is a life form. And I think this episode, like by itself, I think anyone can come in and it does a good job of explaining Bajor, Cardassians, what happened.
The labor camp,
the labor
oppression.
Camps. It's very expository in those details, but not annoyingly expository.
Yeah.
So I think anyone can come in and understand it. Like not annoyingly expository to us, to where like we know this happened, but because it also added more gruesome details. Like, raping women in front of their children and stuff.
And that also leads to, again, I mean, not every Cardassian is the same, obviously, but it does, make you look at them when it comes to being villains as, like, again, solidifying them as, like, oh, they are ruthless. The evil ones, are just ruthless. And, like, the Gul Darhiel was probably, like you said, probably like that, and it's like, oof, it makes you look at them as a villain even more. I put them at a higher level of a threat than probably any villain we've seen, because we've seen so much like humanity behind, Romulans, Klingons at this point. Maybe not obviously the Borg, but even Borg, you had Iborg. So it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how Cardassians develop in this show, if they're going to be the big focus.
Yeah, they make me so angry. I just want to see Worf and a bunch of Klingons just kick their fucking ass somehow. You know what I mean?
Just a Klingon versus Cardassian
I
battle.
just want to see that fight. Just get them.
All right, so let's just jump into it because I knew this would probably come up. So General Trelane says, one of the best episodes of Star Trek ever made with a powerhouse performance by Harris Yulin. So definitely agree on the performance. Like I said, I knew of the episode because of the hype about it, and I have seen some people say this is their favorite episode of Deep Space Nine, or this is their favorite episode of Star Trek. And, we're very early in this show, so like it's hard to make declarative statements, but, I really, really enjoyed this episode. It is not my favorite episode of Star Trek, and it's not, I don't know if it's my favorite episode of this season. Like it's one of 3 or 4 we really like. There's not a big class of them, but
it's gonna make our top 2.
Yeah, it's gonna be in there. But just that being said, I don't know. I'm trying to think of how to phrase it right. Like, I hope this isn't the best episode of the series, because this was really good, and like if we get episodes on this level, I'll be happy. But I hope there's better ones. You know what I mean? I'm trying not to sound like ungrateful about it, but it's like,
Now, do you feel that way because of how great later episodes have come in TNG, and now seeing, if people are saying one of the best is in season 1, are you worried? Oh no, we still have 6 seasons to go, and they're not going to be as good as this? That's
I really feel like Measure of a Man is a good comparison, where like as a standalone episode, Measure of a Man's so great, and like it's going to be high up there on my TNG list, but like it's so early in the show, and it kind of feels like part of the show's arrival, and feels like Picard's arrival, to where it's not my favorite, because it's like, I guess for the type of episodes I really like the episodes where I get deep character stuff. And here, this is deep character stuff, but it's like, this feels more like Kira's arrival, or like the show's arrival. So I hope that doesn't mean it's also the peak.
Okay.
Like I want, 3 seasons from now, I want to have episodes where I'm like, that are like lessons, or like Iborg, where I'm like, holy shit, like these characters are incredible.
And you have to look at our favorite episodes compared to other people's favorite episodes. There's going to be episodes, I'm sure, that are just maybe in the ballpark of, oh yeah, that was good, but for us, it's going to be mind-blowing.
Yeah. So I guess that's what I mean by it. It's like, it's not even necessarily anything negative about this episode. It's just, I guess the way I would say it is if this ends up being the best episode of the show, I would find that a little disappointing, because we still have 6 more seasons of it to watch. So I hope we can find episodes that surpass this. But again, a lot of people, when we watched Measure of a Man, said, oh, this is the best episode of Star Trek, my favorite episode. If we had never found one that we liked more than Measure of a Man, that would have been kind of disappointing.
Could you fucking imagine? That'd be crazy. If every episode, oh, that's pretty good. It wasn't as good as Measure of a Man.
Yeah, really peaked early with this show.
Richard Stone, this episode was made for absolutely everybody, but I think it was specifically made for Alex and Josh, and hopefully for us as well. Throwing it back to the...
throwing it back. Hey, Richard must be a longtime fan. Or he just found us and watched all of our videos. But
to catch up to this episode, yeah.
I think on the side of acting, like it's definitely made for us on the acting front. Great performances and character stuff, for sure. Strife. I know Progress was very good, but this is the episode when my favorite first officer in the entire franchise finally arrives. Welcome to DS9, guys. Obviously talking about Kira. Hopefully, I would love for Kira to be my, favorite first officer. TOS didn't have, you think like Spock, right? But it didn't have like a specific first officer, right? He was the chief science officer, wasn't he? Like, did they have like a first? It would be Spock.
Whenever Kirk introduced him, this is my first officer, Spock.
He did say first officer?
I'm pretty sure he would say my first officer. Yeah.
That left my mind. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I just thought because back then, because Spock was wearing blue.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but...
Yeah, as to where in TNG, like, Command is its own track, so Riker wears red. We're like, what is his job? Versus Spock, he was the science officer also. So that confused me a little bit, but obviously I love Spock. But with that being said, I would love for Kira to become my favorite first officer, and like I said, it felt like her arrival, so hopefully that continues. Also, didn't mention, great scene between her and Dax. When she's looking out into the stars, and Dax is like, actually a wise Trill person.
I'm so glad you brought that up. What a great idea to have Dax be the wise person who's been around for 7 generations of people. Duh. Why haven't they thought of that?
And when she says at the beginning of the episode, oh, I did this, again, saying she did it, not a previous incarnation of one of my, and Kira goes, which one? And she doesn't answer because they didn't want to write canon in the, they didn't want to choose the name.
Not this episode.
Yeah.
Not this episode.
But, that set up for then later in the episode when they had that scene together. So great stuff, and Terry Farrell was great in that scene, too.
Yeah, and Chief with that woman doing whatever.
Whatever that we need to know.
Please.
But hey, maybe it's what we were like, maybe it's what we want, like just random character scenes that don't need to add to the plot. Just like, oh, they're working on the computer.
But it was so short. It was 20 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
we probably missed something.
Yeah, probably. Put that bottle of Fireball over
there. Neil Shaunis, IMO, the first S-tier episode of Deep Space Nine. Not only is it great, it really showcases the kinds of stories DS9 can tell that other Trek shows can't. Outside of maybe the Klingons and Romulans, no other relationship between two factions can be examined with the kind of nuance DS9 can with the Cardassians and the Bajorans. That's fair. I would say even Klingons and Romulans, I mean, they don't even really have any relation, really. They just both are villains and hate each other, I guess.
Yeah.
So, no, 100% agree. I think we've already given out S's, though, in the show. I think probably for Captain Pursuit, and I don't know what we did for Progress, but, yeah. Darren Seal agrees. An outstanding episode. I love everything about it, especially that ending. Comparing an odd visitor here to battle lines is like night and day. Hey, fair enough.
You just need a good director. Josh T. Stand aside, Odo. Now here's a real fascist.
That's great. Riley, first time take comment. Well, welcome, Riley. But had to go on record to say this is easily one of my favorite episodes from Harris Yulin's performance as Maritza. He does so well at both acting and acting as someone his character wasn't, to the post-conflicted and fully justified feelings of Kira. Chef's kiss, IMO. 100%. And thank you for joining the Patron Takes. I also wanted to say that's interesting. At the beginning of the episode, it shows his name in the credits as Maritza. And then I didn't even think about that when they revealed that he's supposedly this Gul... Why can't I remember the name?
Darheel.
Gul Darheel. Like, it didn't even think in my mind to click, like, oh, but they already credited him as Maritza. I didn't even think about that. So they snuck one by me.
I really don't think they'd be that stupid to put as Darheel / Maritza.
No, I know, but I'm saying he is Maritza.
Oh,
He's not Gul Darheel. So they're putting his real name in the credit.
Yeah.
So it's like... Yeah. I'm low-key surprised that neither one of us was like, oh, but his credit was Maritza. Like, neither one of us thought about that.
I thought about that. I just didn't think, okay, the episode would be stupid enough to put, / Darheel. Like, oh, why would it say that?
Yeah, I don't think that'd be crazy if something did that. Put both.
Wrestling with Gaming. We have reached a new shap. Great episode with a downer of an ending I predict Alex will enjoy. You got me. So did he.
Timothy Nikiforovs says, if this isn't your favorite episode of the season, if this isn't the kind of trauma and character growth that episodes like The Bonding, Reunion, Inner Light, and Lessons have taught me to expect you'll enjoy, then I give up trying to figure out what you're looking for. Top 5 episode of DS9. Well, you were correct, but still, just stop trying. Just give up. Just give up. It doesn't. You're not gonna
figure it out.
I mean, I always like to say we'll like it when the episode is good. That's how you know. But people tend to disagree with us a lot on that. So just give up. But you were correct in this case. Elway Simpson with the same comparison, the measure of a man point for Deep Space Nine, I would say.
Yeah.
The first truly great episode of the show, and up there is one of the best of the franchise. Nice we got here a lot earlier than TNG. True. Although at the same time, I don't give them as much slack as I gave TNG because TNG's been going on for 6 years. You got to watch how they cooked, and you have a lot of the same people. So that's part of the reason I've been giving them less slack.
That is true. There have been a lot of carryover people from TNG. A lot.
You think he transferred?
Yeah, I don't know. Dark Cronus. What makes Maritza a selfless martyr and tragic character was that he intended for no one to know who he really was when he was executed. He wasn't doing it for recognition. He legit was doing it for the Bajorans he saw murdered and for Bajor itself to heal and for Cardassia to admit its guilt. Kira's right when she said he was a good person, the most interesting Kardashian to show up so far. That's true. He just totally expected his Maritza personality to die.
Yeah. Okay, I want to read this one because this is giving me a little bit of hope. Double whammy here, the patron take and then the reply. Michael Ministo, this is your welcome to DS9 moment. Now imagine this episode, but on crack, and you have a glimpse of what this show is going to become. And then the reply from BN13, exactly. Everyone here is talking like this is the best DS9 episode, but it's like Measure of a Man from TNG. Yeah, it's great. Well, look at all of the other great TNG episodes that came later and how different they all are. Yes, this episode is a glimpse of what's to come, but it's a whole other game once DS9 really gets going.
There we go.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you. That is what we were hoping for. All right. Ooh, even down to the exact comparison of the episode that I made. I feel so much better.
This is a good one. JP. DS9 hasn't grown its beard yet, but there's stubble on the chin.
Stubble on the chin. Nice.
That's good.
Nice. I like Bane's unpopular opinion, but I thought this was a really good episode.
Alexander McKechnie. This episode is a real diamond in the rough that is season 1. If I have any complaint, it's that the stab wound should have easily healed with Star Trek medical tech, but I realize the importance of the death to the show's theme, so I give it a pass. Solid S tier here.
Yeah, fair. And he died so quickly, too. Bro must have hit that major artery when he stabbed him.
Maybe the Cardassian heart is right under the layer of skin.
Yeah, it would make sense that the Bajoran would know that. But that'd be a pretty big weakness.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just got to let it pass. I'm pretty sure the knife was even on the ground next to him with just no blood on it, but it's fine. It's the moment.
It was a strong scene and ending that I didn't care. I didn't care.
Yeah, and they're not going to have him come up and the road and blood splatter everywhere. Yeah. So it's like, okay. I think he could have stabbed his head and then he wore one of those hats, with like where it goes over your head with the knife. Like the Halloween hats,
Yeah. Or shoots him and then, holds a sign that says bang or, or whatever. Ouch.
Or shoots him in the head, the blood splatter all over Kira and she just goes, ah! Just screams. Episode ends.
Still ends with credits.
Credits. You hear her scream in the background. Ah! Like the Midnight Mass episode. Yeah. Oh, that'd be fucking crazy. I'd have been like, like, wait a minute.
That would be like that was great, but that would have been fucking insane.
Yeah.